Right, okay, I'm just starting a live. I'm going to be doing a talk on the false lower Dantian. So, usually the people that will only hear this bit is the ones that are watching the recording later. So, thank you very much for joining in. But because this is live, you're going to have to wait for other people to join in. And people are coming in now, so thank you very much. Hey, yes, Alex, how's it going? I just recognized. How's it going? Soul Love Ancestors. Okay, people are turning up. Okay, cool. We're just getting started with a live. We're going to be talking about the false lower Dantian today. Just been doing a class, Kamotion Qigong, and a class number 58 for us. So, two classes every week on a Tuesday and a Thursday. It's very important to be disciplined and consistent with energy work and practice. And one of the best ways to get consistent and disciplined is to join classes. That's why I run them, because it's how I got disciplined with my practice. Initially, you've got to learn, right? But many people make this mistake with Qigong, doing Qigong wrong. Okay, and there's a big thing about developing the lower Dantian. Okay, if you start looking into Qigong, the first thing you'll recognize is, what is this thing about the lower Dantian? It's very, very important. And a lot of people always ask me on my posts, why the lower Dantian? Okay, well, the lower Dantian is very, very deep. Okay, there's a lot of stuff you need to understand. Qigong isn't just practice. Well, Qigong itself, Qi, life force energy, Gong, master the skill of working with it. Okay, and then there's Nei Gong. Okay, Kamotion Qigong is actually Nei Gong, Qi Gong, okay, and Neidan, and yoga, and some therapy. So it's actually a lot of things. Okay, but I can't call it everything. Okay, it's a lot of things in one, because it's Kundalini yoga. I teach pranayama. I teach hand mudras. I teach stuff which isn't normally Qigong, because this is my practice, what I've been doing for over 30 years. Okay, so I started, I'm 45 now. I started, my meditation started with Wing Chun Kung Fu and Qi work with Wing Chun Kung Fu initially when I was 14 years old. So, martial arts, the Chinese martial arts, obviously the Wing Chun aspect is very, very important, but, Qigong is used in Kung Fu. All Kung Fu, actually, all martial arts use Qi Gong, whether they know it or not, but how well you use it, I suppose, is dependent upon if you understand it. So Nei Gong, yes, Nei. So Nei is basically inner, okay, or internal. So Nei Gong would be inner work or internal work. So inner alchemy, Neidan is inner alchemy. So Dan would be alchemy, alchemical, elixir. Nei is inner, so that's why I call what I do. Okay, if you look up my profile, it says inner alchemy. I don't put Neidan because most people won't know what Neidan is. Some people at least know what Qi Gong is. Now I don't put Nei Gong because people don't really know what Nei Gong is. So I went along with Qi Gong. Okay, and actually Kamotion is that motion is the aspect of moving meditation, but Ka is actually the yang energy. So it's the yang energy in motion. So Ka is actually an expression from Sanskrit Om and Ka. So it's the yin and the yang from that respect, divine feminine, divine masculine energy. So it just happens to have my name in it, Cam. Okay, so that's it's not actually because of my ego. I wanted to name it after me. It's actually something very different to what people understand, but people don't get it or not. So we just done a big class today, class number 58 in the Kamotion Qigong Mastery Commune, and we spent a lot of time talking about the lower Dantian. So many people, we started the commune in April 2023. Okay, and many people will do Qigong. Okay, and I think I had a few comments here earlier. I might just have a quick look at those. Do you know anything about Mopai New Qong? No, I don't. I actually haven't heard of that one, but there were so many different styles of Qigong and Kung Fu. But, so I have done my own. I have done many different styles, okay, but I won't go into the history because I wanted to, if there's many videos, if you want to know more about me and what I do, come and join the commune. Check out my website. But I've done lots of talks about that. So I wanted to specifically, I've just done a whole over hour class in the commune. So don't want to spend too long here, but I thought it was very important that people understood the difference between the false and the lower Dantian, because I was discussing that today. Okay, so the false Dantian. Okay, the false Dantian. So we have in Qigong, we have acupuncture points, of course. Okay, you're using traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, and many of these do come into play with the alchemy work that we do. Okay, with Kamotion Qigong. So Qigong is, you know, the breathing exercises, the meditation, the movements, the practices. Okay, there's thousands of techniques. I know thousands of techniques. I've practiced thousands of techniques from many different styles. Okay, but in the Kamotion Qigong system, I've chose just over around 50. Okay, of my favorite exercises, and that's what makes up my own system. Again, there's level 1 exercises, which are actually only 8. Okay, but there's 15 level 2, 15 level 3, and then there's level 4, which is mastery. So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So everyone has to start with level 1 because that's all about developing the lower Dantian. So many people might see my videos, okay, in Kamotion Qigong, and they might just, I purposely only share level 1 exercises because they help you develop the lower Dantian. And actually, the Qi is stored not only, we need to build the lower Dantian. So most people's lower Dantian is like a bucket with holes in it. Okay, it's not holding the energy, and it's all very dispersed. It's all completely out of shape. So if anybody does Qigong without developing the lower Dantian properly, their energy is going to be all out of whack. So it's absolutely essential you mold your lower Dantian and get it. It needs to be circular, it needs to be round, and it needs to be spherical. Again, there's a lot of practices we do. Abdominal breathing and reverse abdominal breathing as well. So rather than inhaling and the stomach coming out, we inhale and the stomach goes in. The reason this is because of these points. The lower Dantian, the false lower Dantian, is the one on the front of the body. Okay, and now this is the point CV6. Conceptual vessel is in the front. Okay, or Ren. Okay, the Ren Mai. So the Ren Mai meridian is in the front. It goes in the center of the body, from your mouth, from the magpie bridge, when we bridge the tongue. Okay, and touch the top of the roof of the mouth, that creates the magpie bridge. So from that point down, okay, into the lower Dantian, and then if we do in the microcosmic orbit, it will be from the perineum and then back up again. But it will be from here to the lower Dantian. So that's the way we want to see it. So that's the conceptual vessel, CV. So point CV6 acupuncture point is 2 or 3 inches below the belly button, the navel. Okay. Now, some people hear 2 or 3 inches below the navel for the lower Dantian, and they start focusing on that point. And if they do Qi Gong focusing on that point, that's the false Dantian. Okay, it's called the Qi Hai. Okay, Qi Hai. And that is the false Dantian. It's not the real one. Now, many people, when they don't understand Qigong, will do Qigong and they will focus on that area, and then they get the Qi belly. Okay, the Qi builds up because there actually is an acupuncture point there. There's actually a point there which harnesses and holds energy. That's why it can become stagnant there. So, but if you do Qigong wrong, focusing on the false Dantian, you're going to put Qi in that area and it's going to become stagnant energy completely where it's not supposed to be. So that's the false Dantian. Okay, it's Ren 6. Okay, so Ren Mai. Okay, conceptual vessel, or CV6. Okay, now on the back we have the Ming Men. Okay, which is Du. Okay, so the Du Mai is the governing vessel. It's the governor of energy. Okay, so the governing vessel is the governor of all energy in the body. Okay, and this goes from your perineum up the center of your spine, across the top of your crown, and it comes and it meets at the roof of your mouth. And this is why in Qigong you always hear, put the tongue at the roof of the mouth, because this connects the circuit. Okay? If I put the tongue at the roof of the mouth, now different positions actually activate different energies. Just behind your the top front teeth is the air element. Straight up would be fire element. Now backwards, like curved backwards, would be water element. So there's a lot to this. This is all the alchemy stuff. Okay? Now the lower Dantian is also yin. The middle Dantian is yang. The lower Dantian is associated with water. Okay? We say in inner alchemy, Neidan, the white tiger. Okay? And the middle Dantian is fire. Okay? It's a yang. So this is why when Kamotion Qigong, when we do the exercises, lower and middle Dantian, we do yin hand down on the lower Dantian because it's yin. Okay, now it's yin with yang elements, but mostly yin is water. It's likened to water, and this is likened to fire. Okay, now in our alchemy, we have to get this energy merging. It's called, now if you know Mantak Chia stuff, you'll probably hear about self-intercourse, right? Self-intercourse is about this yin and yang energy merging. And this is about building a golden embryo, a spiritual embryo. So here, when we're doing the lower Dantian work, why it's so important is because this is the womb. It's not just the womb for women when they give birth. It's the womb for men as well when we're doing Qigong. Okay, so this is where we build our golden embryo, where we give birth to the spiritual self. So there's 3 bodies: physical body, energetic body, spiritual body. Lower Dantian is connected to physical body, middle Dantian, energetic body, upper Dantian, spiritual body. Now, we do most of the work with the lower and middle Dantian, okay? Because without that, you're not going to go anywhere with the upper Dantian. Okay? So, this is where it all starts in the lower Dantian. This is like the soil pot. Okay? This is why it's called the Dantian. Dan means elixir. Tian means field. Not as in like electrical field, because daoist alchemy was created, hundreds of thousands of years BC, right? So it's not electrical field. Electricity didn't exist. It's a rice field. It's for cultivation. So this is an area for cultivation. A field as in a rice field. So this is where we cultivate the energy. Now, cultivation of Qi, most of cultivation of energy is done in yin state, meaning you're just meditating, relaxing, focusing on the breath. Okay, now, sometimes we do some more yang exercises to give sparks to this yin energy, okay? And this is yang within the yin, which we can harness, okay? So you need to understand this stuff, okay? So the lower Dantian, we basically are building this. And most people's lower Dantians, as I said, is like a bucket with holes in it. So first thing you have to start doing in Qigong is building your lower Dantian up. Okay, firstly, you have to start learning how to feel the energy. You have to connect with it, because you can't just imagine this shit. Okay, I have to show people in my Kamotion Qigong Mastery Community how to feel energy. Now, we started in April 2023. I just got everyone to confirm that they can feel their lower Dantian. Okay, and they can feel the electricity from the hands. Okay, because we do this thing, just like, you get one of those balls in the science museum where you can get the electricity. Well, the lower Dantian is not there, right? The false Dantian. So where is it? Okay, well, it's in the center, in between that Do-4 point. So the Do-4, okay, or GV4, governing vessel. So that's the governor of energy, yang energy. The front, the conceptual vessel is the yin energy at the front. So yang and yin. So the microcosmic orbit, which is the exercise, which Mantak Chia talks a lot about, is a very, very famous exercise. Probably, I think, is documented was generally about 300 BC. They say it was been around from about that time, but I think it goes back further. Personally, I think Qigong itself, let's say around 2500 BC. Okay, at least known, because people just used to speak shit, didn't they? They used to write nothing down. Right? There's word of mouth. Who knows how long it's been going on for? But anyway, been going a long time. But the microcosmic orbit is a key exercise. But if your lower Dantian isn't built, don't even try the microcosmic orbit. And if your energy channels are not flushed, this is why in Kamotion Qigong system, it's actually a more of an advanced technique. Okay, it's a level 3 technique, because if you haven't built your lower Dantian, you haven't really got the energy to go in this orbit. Okay, now it is happening, but you don't really want that energy, because you're going to fire yang energy up the spine. Now there's postures as well, Ouija stance postures. You have to get the postures all right. You have to open up the spine. Okay, so there's a lot that goes on with this, right? Right, the Yi Jing Jin, right, which is basically all about the tendons and understanding the Huang, and that's the space in between the muscles and the bones where we actually store Qi. So you need to put Qi there before you can even put it in the lower Dantian. There's a lot behind Qigong. People can't just watch my videos on Instagram and just start copying it and think they understand what's going on. Okay, some of you guys see me do this to music. Okay, and it's all wu-wei state. That's not the practice. That's the expression of what I've been cultivating. So you can't do that. It's pointless. Okay, that's the fun part, where I get to enjoy the fruits of my practice. The actual techniques that we do are the ones similar to what you see there, but that is all wu-wei state. I'm just letting go and flowing with energy. Okay, but if you haven't done the practices which will teach you how to move and feel energy, there's pointless doing this, just waving your arms around. It's not doing anything. So it's not about just waving your arms around. Okay, people just will very much miss what I do if they just watch my videos with the music And they think, oh, this is great, oh, yay. It's alchemy, my friends. There's magic going on there. But if you don't understand what I am doing, it won't make sense. Okay, this is why I have to explain it in my classes, in my lives. I have to explain, what the fuck is this guy doing? You need to understand. Okay, first of all, you can't do anything without building your lower Dantian. Fill up those holes in the bucket. Okay, it needs to become spherical, round, and the energy needs to be flowing in an orbit. So there's a microcosmic orbit, and then there's the lesser microcosmic orbit, and that is between the perineum and below the solar plexus. Here we have this like tumble dryer of Qi, building, churning. We cultivate that Qi, we get it building, going round and round, it spirals inwards and inwards. And the lower Dantian is above the perineum in the center. There's a Ming line that goes from the Ming Men, okay, Du4, okay, or GV4, governing vessel 4 point, to the Ren 6, here, there's the acupuncture points. It creates a line, it's called the Ming line. In the center of that, above your perineum, that's where you got it, okay, so you got to think like a crosshair. That's the real Dantian. So if you're going to do any of the Qigong exercises, I mean, on the top of my page, I think on the reels, there's a level 1 exercises, right? There's only 6 of them. Okay, there's actually 8 level 1 exercises, but I've shared 6 of them on my Instagram. Okay? So, it's not TCM, but traditional Chinese medicine does come into what I talk about. Okay? It's Qigong. Okay? But traditional Chinese medicine does use those points. So, it can obviously, there's a Yu Hin and, the Bai Hui, okay, point, okay, how you pronounce it, Bai Hui, point, okay, above, okay, that's the crown, okay, that goes up. And then we've got the Tai Chi pole in the middle, okay, in the center. It goes from the perineum, okay, from that point in the middle. Okay, and we've got the Qi Hai, as I said, Ren 6 here, Ming Men here, and there's the Shanzong here as well, which is the middle Dantian. Okay, and we've got the solar plexus. There's all points, there's acupuncture points all over your body. Okay, but the ones in the governing vessel up the spine, sorry, and the conceptual vessel at the front, those are the ones we're concerned about for this microcosmic orbit and inner alchemy work that we're doing. Okay, now there are many other meridians. Okay, there's some along your arms. Okay, it's very much connected to the lungs and your legs as well. But you know, that goes. TCM goes much deeper into that. Okay, so Neidan, inner alchemy, which I do, Nei Gong, Qi Gong. Okay, so that's why we put this all together, right? Okay, so there's the TCM side of things, okay, which my friend kindly pointed out there. But as I've been saying, the Neidan, inner alchemy, and the lower Dantian. Okay, understand the difference between the false Dantian and the lower Dantian. Because if you're putting the Qi in the wrong place and you're cultivating Qi in the wrong place, it's pointless. You're going to get that Qi belly and it's going to become stagnant at Ren 6, and you don't need that. And I see so many people making this mistake, focusing on the false lower Dantian. The real lower Dantian is where I said. And remember, when we say Dantian field, Tian field, like a rice field. Think for cultivation, not like electrical field. Okay, we're cultivating Qi. Now you can cultivate Qi just simply by, so Wuji stance, okay, you've got to drop your center of gravity. Okay, so not squatting, you just got to bend your knees. Okay, let go of the tension in your knees. Okay, unlock your knees. So you don't want to ever be standing straight up like this. Okay, with the knees locked, knees unlocked. Okay, and see, when my knees are locked, I'll have the natural sort of S shape in my back. Okay, now when I drop, notice what happens to my spine when I drop. Okay, it straightens up, and the opening up the spine basically allows energy to flow up that governing vessel more freely. If you're not sitting properly, that Qi is going to get obstructed. Okay, so posture is so important. This is why I teach posture in the Kamotion Qigong Mastery Commune. It's why you've got to get all these little elements so right to practice it well. This is why I have to do 2 classes in the Kamotion Qigong Mastery Commune every week. Okay, Tuesday and Thursday, and I have to keep going over the same things, and I really have to reinforce that. Most people, because they miss this lower Dantian, they focus on the false Dantian, and it just, there's no point doing anything else going further if you've got that wrong. And many people get that wrong, and they keep that's wrong for many years before they figure it out. Okay, I know for me, it was wrong for me for about 2 years before I figured it out. I was focusing on the wrong point. 2 years I practiced wrong. Right? This is why it's so important for me to tell people how to do it right. But the thing is, you will still feel good because you're doing breath work, you're doing Qi Gong, so you'll think, okay, it's good. So you will get benefits of even that. You will feel good. It's better than no practice, definitely. But you will not be doing the right thing. Okay? Now, energetically, you can feel your lower Dantian. It will be, most people will say heat or electricity. I like to explain it because the lower Dantian, the way we do it in Kamotion Qigong, we exhale, do a lot of forceful full exhalations, like a bit like Bhastrika Pranayam, Kapalpati Pranayam, through the nostril. What that does, it brings Ren 6 closer to that Do 4. And basically, this is this contraction of this Ming Men line. So we're going like this with this like little elastic. Okay, and it's basically building this kinetic energy in the center. Okay, so that's one way, like forceful full exhalations, or the reverse breathing. And this kinetic energy, this tugging and pulling of energy will generate something, okay? You got to keep doing that quite consistently. But we only, in Kamotion Qigong, we only do 10 to 20 breaths in one set. And then we have a break and continue again. Because any exercise where you do the breathing intensely or conscious breath work, whenever you do conscious breath work, you're using yang energy. Okay, so basically too much yang energy will deplete your jing, which is basically going to affect your adrenals and your kidneys, and that's your essence. So you have to protect your essence. Okay, so you can't I do a lot of like, but only like a few little breaths. It'll be 10 breaths maximum, because if you do that for a whole minute, you'll be fucked. Okay, you're depleting your energy too much, like over breathing. Okay, you can't do that. Okay, you got to get the balance right. You do want to throw those elements of strength in and that strong yang, but mostly it's all yin, like it's all soft. Even the way that I do my Qigong, it's all soft. Okay, and every now and again I throw yang. And now my fingers, the way I do it, and this is unique to the Kamotion Qigong system. Nobody else does this because I created this, but this is because the fire element, okay, the air element, the earth element, okay, the spirit element, so air element, spirit element, earth element, water element. So these are fire. I fire, air, spirit when I'm doing it, but it's mostly soft. I do that now and again. So if you watch some of my videos where I'm doing this to music, it all comes out quite naturally. I'm naturally doing, it's all alchemical work, okay? It doesn't make sense to people. People think I'm dancing. People say, what is this dancing? It's great. I want to do it. And they start doing it and they think they're doing Kamotion Qigong. It's crazy. But there's so much behind what I do. Okay? That's the fun aspect of it, right? Having fun with it, okay? With the practice is Wu Wei flow state. But if you don't understand the underpinnings or everything, it's pretty pointless doing that. Pretty pointless. Okay, so lower Dantian is where it all starts. Okay, just doing some of those breath works. Okay, so the main thing is you want to like breathe into it, create like a hole, because it's like a yin energy. So it needs to be circular, okay, like yin, like a hole. So you can like do the forceful full exhalation or the reverse breathing, and that sort of creates that kinetic energy like that. So if you do, if I do forceful full exhalation from my mouth, it's even more powerful, but only like 10 breaths. So just to create this hole in that area, in that right place, right? The real Dantian. So but it really needs to connect. Okay? That's it. And it also all it takes. And people watch that and they think, it feels good when you do it. But it's not what it's about. It's not about the feeling right now. It's about what you're doing here. Okay? Because we build this. This is why I do this every day. This is why I consistently do this. I'm giving birth to my immortal self. I'm not standing here doing this for fun. I don't do my classes and do another hour class afterwards on the IGTV. This is what I live for. Why? Because the only thing to fucking live for, because this physical body is going to perish. So Qigong is all about connecting with the energetic body and spiritual body as well. Your lower Dantian is connected to the physical body, right? A Jing and essence is housed here. So it's very, very important to ground with this. Okay? But we do need to get out of this and connect with the energetic body. Okay? And this is where we do cultivate a lot of Qi. Okay? But we have to bring it back down here. Most people are out of control in this world right now because their energy is feeding this center too much, the emotional center, or this center, the head center, so they're overthinking all the time. The energy needs to be brought down and it needs to be harnessed down here. So it's in your control. When it's up here, it's out of control. You can't control the energy that's gone up here. And what people try to do, control the fucking mind. Impossible. I'm a neuro-linguistic programming certified master practitioner and certified timeline therapist. Psychology isn't gonna fucking help you. This is why I have to do the energy work. Because the energy up here, you can't do anything with the thoughts if you don't do anything with the energy. Fuck the thoughts, focus on the energy behind them. Without the energy, they can't exist. Go to source. Without the energy, they can't exist. Take the energy away from what feeds the thoughts. Bring it back. That's how you gain complete control of this physical vessel. Then we connect this physical body to the energetic body. Then we connect to Shen, spirit, and the spiritual body. Why? Because this physical body is going to die. We now, in this physical body, can connect with our energetic spiritual body. So when we leave it behind, we're completely conscious within it. That's called immortality. That's what Qi Gong is about. That's why we do it. It's not fun and games, my friends. It's why we have to be disciplined. So anyway, that's today's class. I've just spoke about the lower Dantian and why, most people focus on the wrong point. The Ren 6 at the front. Don't do that. It's in the middle, as I said. Do the exercises. We do practical classes every week. Tuesday, Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time. In the Kamotion Qigong Mastery Commune. There's a 1 week free trial, okay? And it's only £47 a month after that, okay? But the price is going up on Tuesday next week, okay? So if you just follow the link tree in my bio, and actually I will add it in here as well. There is a link to the Kamotion Qigong Mastery Commune. Oh, I posted it twice. I'll do it again. So there is a link to the Kamotion Qigong Mastery Commune. Okay, take the 1 week free trial. There's 57 classes already recorded, all over 1 hour each. Me talking about this kind of stuff and doing the practical. So if this resonated with you and you want to know more, at least take the 1 week free trial. Try and watch as many of those 57 classes as you can, and then cancel the trial if you don't want to spend any money. I don't care. Okay, get something out of it. It might help you. Okay, at least take the trial. Okay, make sure you cancel it if you don't want to pay any money. All right, make sure you cancel it. Okay, but if you want to really carry on this, because it's pointless doing it for a week anyway without someone teaching you and guiding you anyway. So if it's going to resonate with you, then you'll carry on anyway, because it's going to take some time. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight. Right. So for the serious ones, I'm there for you. We got the classes. Come and join. Take care.